Hi guys! I'm back. I'm actually back. This is not a drill. I'm back on YouTube and I will continue to film videos very regularly, potentially several times a week even. How do you feel about that? Is that okay with you? It's been very, very long. It's been around, to be realistic, it's been about 2 years since I stopped YouTubing. I'm gonna just start from the beginning very quickly and give a quick summary to make this make sense for anybody who's never seen me before, or in case you forgot. I was a van life YouTuber. So I had a career in London. I was a fashion photographer, didn't like it, and to figure out what to do with my life, I decided to convert a camper van and go traveling. Then COVID happened and everything got difficult. It was an experience, but it was not an easy experience. And in hindsight, I had to spend some time processing everything. It was a great time, but also it was a difficult time. So eventually I stopped because COVID was COVID. It just didn't end. It felt like it was never ending. And I got tired of being stuck. Moved back into an apartment, and for me that wasn't a very easy transition. I started van life to figure out what to do with my life and to experience life. And I did experience life, but I did not figure out what to do with it. So I was kind of lost. I had the idea to start working in real estate as an estate agent just because it's easy to get into. I studied art at university, so it's not really something, either you become an artist or you studied something useless. The best thing might be to just go into an industry where you don't have to study anything. And I thought real estate would be a thing like that, especially because the market was really good at that time. But then the market turned bad. And because I wanted to, obviously, I needed to make some money to live, I got a part-time job in customer service. I don't know, I feel like maybe I never really wanted to do real estate because I was working so hard at this job, putting all my energy into it, that I got promoted like 3 times in 1.5 years and became head of department. And I learned so much about business doing that, about management, and it was all very interesting, but it was procrastination. It was a sign that the real estate thing wasn't the right choice. I have actually let life happen to me for the past, I don't know, almost 5 years now. First it was COVID, then it was the real estate market, and then it was some random job that I found myself in by accident. It wasn't, and none of this was things that I planned or wanted. It was just me reacting to circumstances. And I got so tired of that because I don't want life to be like that. I want to live my life in a way that I want to live it and not just as a reaction to things. So I started thinking, what do I really like? I am a creative person. I love building things. It doesn't even matter so much what it is, but I just love building things. And I always wanted to have my own thing. I want to have my own business. That's always been my dream. So I was like, okay, what can I do? Maybe develop some sort of product. And I started testing and trying out different materials, and quite quickly realized that if there's anything that requires manual work is going to be very difficult to do in Germany, because Germany is expensive. Living here is expensive. Having employees at some point is very expensive. It's almost impossible. You can't compete with China. Of course, you could say, okay, I'm going to do something high quality and sell it for a lot of money. But that was never really something I'm very passionate about. I don't want to make something for a very small number of people who can afford it. It just didn't feel right. So I kept researching and I kept looking into what sort of different ways of producing things exist. And eventually I came across 3D printing. And honestly, guys, I'm in love. It's so fun. I will at some point in the very near future show you my 3D printer and how it works and what I do with it. Not right now, but that is my thing. And the products that I'm making, I mean, maybe you can guess, are lamps. I love lamps. Lamps are so cool because they are decor, you know, they're like aesthetic and you can make them in all sorts of shapes, but they're also functional and they're essential. Everybody needs lamps. That's one of my lamps. I have 10 prototypes, so of 90% ready already. Here are 5 of them. I designed them all from scratch. So I designed the shapes and the fittings and things like that in Blender. And then I print them using PLA, which I love as a material because it's plant-based. It's an eco-friendly bioplastic. When I produce something with it in the printer, it actually smells of hot sugar because it's made of sugar cane and cornstarch and natural materials like that, which is nice. I mean, it makes me hungry. The downside is that it's not very heat resistant. So these lamps have their own LED parts. I buy these parts and I designed a fitting for it that is magnetic. So these parts can easily be exchanged should they ever become necessary. And I will sell them as replacement parts. However, they are LEDs, so they'll probably last for many years. And they're USB. If I want to sell them internationally, everybody has USB. Like, I don't think there's any country that doesn't have USB. But with like wall plugs, it's a different story. You know, they're different everywhere. So yeah, very exciting times, guys. I have a business idea that I love and I feel really passionate about. And I think that's the most important part, you know. You can start almost anything, but if you don't really care about it, it's not going to be possible for you to stick to it because it gets hard, you know. Things get hard in between. Also, I realized having a YouTube channel helps so much because it keeps you motivated. When I built my second camper van, I put a lot of work into it. It was like a proper build with pro materials. I had a kitchen, I had running water, I had underslung water tanks, I had the 250-watt solar panel and 2 air ducts in the roof vent window thingies in the roof, diesel heater. It took 5 months and it was so hard. Every morning I got up and then I worked all day and I went to bed and everything hurt. In the morning I woke up and everything hurt and I still continued. And the reason why I continued was you guys. It was YouTube. Because I couldn't give up. I just couldn't face the situation where I post a video one day and say, look, I gave up. I'm going to use that again this time. This sort of way of motivating myself by having a YouTube channel when it comes to this business. I'm going to share the whole journey with you. So I'm going to show you some of the strategy parts where I develop my business plan and marketing strategy and things like that. I'm going to take you along on attempts of selling the lamps at a market. I'm going to show you how I produce them, develop new prototypes, and go through all the ups and downs that will probably happen and I can't even predict yet. Hopefully take you along the journey of having my first sale. By the way, if you want to buy a lamp, you can, even though they're not completely ready yet. I've set up Patreon in the description and there you can purchase like a voucher for any lamp you like from the website, from the first collection. So with that, as soon as they're ready, you can just pick one. I can scale it very quickly, but also I don't want to scale it too quickly and then not have any orders and have too much stuff and equipment. So it's, you know, it's such a fine balance. I hope I won't make very big mistakes doing all of this, but we will see. It will be very public. It will be a very public mistake if it happens. Yes, so that's what's going on, you know, that's what we're doing. Today's video will be the absolute beginning. So to get started, I need a better YouTube setup. I'm currently sitting in the middle of my living room and I had to move some furniture around to get here and that takes time. What I would like is my desk to be YouTube friendly, but right now there's like an ugly textured 90s wall behind it, and then there's a huge radiator and a home trainer, and it just doesn't look very good. So today I'm going to go and buy some materials and then build a fake wall, potentially with sort of paneling, like fake molding frames or something. I don't know, haven't decided yet. And then that will be much easier for me to just sit at the desk, and when something happens, quickly film it and show you guys what's going on, instead of having to just plan everything ahead, because that's not very realistic. I want this to be like a realistic account of what it's like to start a small business in 2025. 3D printing labs. The business is called Tinie Studio, by the way. I think that makes sense considering Tinie Planet. So this is the wall. As you can see, it has a strange grainy texture. This is gonna go, and then I'm going to use this paper that I bought yesterday, cut off 4 pieces that are 1.5 meters long each, and then stick them together to create a long piece of paper that looks a little bit like wallpaper. I don't mind it. I thought it would be worse. What is that? Is that crease? No, that's shadows from the plant. Yeah. I'm having a creative crisis. I don't like my initial idea anymore. I don't want to put these panel molding frames that I wanted to do on the wall anymore. Let me have a look at shelves. Done! I like it. How do you feel about it? Let me know in the comments. I think it's nice. Obviously there's some things that could be better. Like I think the picture frames are maybe not completely straight. I'm not sure. Would you recommend using that phone level thing? But it'll do. So in the next video, I'm going to make the business plan, write the business plan for Tinie Studio. I haven't got one yet, so it's about time to do that. It won't be a super long document. I won't do like a 25-page novel, but like a 5-page basic overview with the most important parts. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in a couple of days.